In 1986, a group of students wrote down exactly where they were during a global crisis. Less than 3 years later, researchers discovered that many of those memories had changed dramatically. Imagine walking into a dark room. You find an old, rusted safe sitting in the corner. Inside is a reel of film, dusty but intact. You lock it into a projector and press play. The image is crisp. The events are clear. You watch it happen frame by frame. This is exactly how most people think their memory works. A secure vault, an unedited master tape, completely untouched by time. It feels grounding. It feels safe. But cognitive psychology reveals a much harsher truth. Your mind is not a camera. Memory does not simply record experience. It reconstructs it. And that realization should make you deeply uncomfortable. Think back to a defining moment in your life. A sudden crisis. A piece of shocking news. You can close your eyes and feel the emotion of that day almost instantly. You would probably swear that your mental replay is flawless. The certainty feels absolute. But decades of cognitive psychology research tell a different story. When the Challenger space shuttle tragically exploded, psychologist Ulrich Neisser asked his students to write down exactly where they were and what they had experienced the following day. Less than 3 years later, he asked them the same questions again. Many gave accounts that differed substantially from what they had originally written. They weren't trying to deceive anyone. Many were genuinely shocked when shown their own handwritten notes. Their memories had quietly changed over time without them realizing it. This happens because the human brain constantly tries to build a coherent understanding of the past. Preserving every detail of every experience with perfect accuracy would be extraordinarily demanding. As time passes, details naturally fade. Gaps appear, and the brain doesn't like gaps. One reason is a well-studied phenomenon known as source monitoring error. Sometimes the brain misattributes where a piece of information came from. A detail from an article you read, an emotion from a later conversation, a photograph, someone else's account. Without realizing it, those details can become woven into your own memory. When you look back, you don't feel the edit. You don't see the stitches. You simply experience the memory, as if it has always been true. And that's what makes it so convincing. The psychological danger becomes even greater when memory is shared with other people. Researchers call this the social contagion of memory. In controlled experiments, participants observe the same event together. Later, another person deliberately introduces a false detail during discussion. Many participants eventually incorporate that false detail into their own recollection. Days later, they confidently remember it as something they personally witnessed. Not because they were careless, because human memory is remarkably social. We naturally influence one another's recollections. Today, that same vulnerability operates on an entirely different scale. Digital networks connect billions of minds in real time. We consume fragmented information every minute. We absorb other people's interpretations. We repeat them. We reinforce them. And sometimes, we unknowingly reshape our own memories in the process. Every memory is more fragile than it feels. Every recollection is capable of changing. The question isn't whether your memories feel real. The emotions almost certainly are. The question is, which parts has your brain quietly reconstructed over time? Real psychological awareness begins the moment we become comfortable questioning our own certainty. Because some of the most convincing deceptions don't come from other people. They emerge from the way our own minds reconstruct the past. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next episode.